Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Romance 3 Kingdoms. I'm Mysterious JG. You may be getting incredibly loud gurgling noises from my dishwasher. Please try to disregard. For those of you watching all of my stuff instead of just one series at a time, bless you, and be prepared for the possibility that there won't be a new video every day this week. I put in a 12 hours of time, a little over 12 hours, working on Zerfall's live charity stream, the 2018 edition. Much of my... It was some of the time that I would have normally spent making sure I had enough content to have a new video for the channel every day was used up for Zerfall's charity stream instead. And on Saturday, I kind of feeling my voice starting to go and decided to not risk it, since I might have to actually, talk at work on Monday. So I didn't record anything Saturday. And here it is Sunday, and I'm trying to squeeze in a few videos just so I can maybe have some content in the channel this week. But, what you get is what you get, folks. There will probably, almost certainly won't be bringing back Neo. Dynasty Warriors 9, no new content this week, most likely. And Secret of Evermore, which for some reason I've been on the edge of finishing for weeks and weeks. This won't be the week. But I will get a little bit of RTK in. We're getting very close to the end of the game now because it's time to fight Cao Cao. That will take a while. But Yuan Shao, if he's even still around after we've taken out Cao Cao, and he could well be, or Yuan Shu, or Shi, or whoever takes over for Yuan Shu. It could all happen that Yuan Shao's forces or the Yuans still survive, but if they do, there'll be a pushover by the time we've beaten Cao Cao. At any rate, I had big old forces, including Falger himself, trying to take Wan. It's going to be a big old, massive throwdown at Wan. And, meanwhile, Yuan Shu's forces are outnumbered against Cao Cao's forces, are not going to be able to take Hong Nong. But then again, neither am I. And there's a huge, huge throwdown going on at Wu Yin. It looks like we're winning, but in fact there's lots of troops marching. It's hard to tell whether they are going to give up on Wan and just try to defend the road to Zhuchang. But if I don't pretty much commit everything I got, we're not even going to get... We definitely won't get Wan. In the meantime, it does look as though we have failed to take Shochun, but we might actually be able to take over Guanling. Maybe Lizard Lord's dream of being reunified with the Ma's, which I've been reading about in the comments, as he started a fairly late, fairly rapido, in character as my person. Oh, that's what I was going to do in this play session. I was going to go through and see how all the characters were doing. Well, shit, it might not be too late to do that. Alright, guys. What we'll do in this first video of this little play session is we're going to go through... You know what? I need my laptop to do that. Alright, let's do one whole video of me hiring people and nonsense, and then we'll come back and we'll do... Next time, we'll see how people are doing. Because I could just go through my force and only look at officers who appear to be created officers. But if anybody defected from our army, that might be the most interesting people whose bios to check up on, and we won't get that. So anyway, we're taking over Guangling, and the army that's here, there's a few options. We could rest up and then try to attack Shochun, or we could just disperse and get those troops back faster. Because, Guangling is... They're still trying to kind of defend it, sort of. I've got about... Call that 50, 60, 70,000 troops. Although they're pretty tired out. I could try to take them to Shochun and see what happens after we've taken Guangling. That would give us the territories that used to be Yuan Shu territories under our control. Overextend myself in Cao Cao might counterattack and retake some of these cities. Ultimately, I'm trying to get a nice, smooth attack off. Meantime, JG Mystery is in the middle of a mission. He's trying to hire somebody. That's what we were doing when the last video ended. Here we go. The stronghold at Jiangdo is in shambles. And partiality is doing stuff. I'm going to build special training grounds. Kinkai's high gravity planet, as Bobo pointed out previously. I'm going to build an arena so we can travel the world where the strong people are. Buy keys, earning honors. He would probably make a better sworn brother for Guan Yu and Liu Bei than Zhang Fei's been, but less likely to get drunk and lose entire cities. Bond has been created between All Dragon and one of my waifus. All Dragon joking around that was a huge mistake on my part. Hey, my waifu is allowed to have multiple husbandus. Oh, looks like we're being forced to do battle again. They have deployed a small unit to keep us occupado. That may give any of these guys enough time, but now these guys are no longer heading towards Guangling, and they're now going to throw into the massive battle to try to stop Wan from falling to my army. Falzer's heading for Wan. Lizard Lord heading for Wan. I don't think any of these guys are going to stop in Jinye to get their happiness back. Cao Cao really doesn't want us taking Wan, it looks like, because he's going to personally head down there and be involved. Kunyang. Well, they're waiting to get into formation. Yeah, I don't think this is going to go our way. I think we're just going to lose a lot of troops, but we're definitely preventing them from taking out Yuan Shao, if nothing else. Let me concentrate on my business. Hey, Wuji. Do you want something from me? How about lessons on how to be a badass dual-wield warrior guy? He is delighted to join us. He is returning to Chang An. I can report this success. Then I can give myself another mission. I'm now in Jincheng. Let's see who I can hire in Jincheng. Somebody's already been dispatched to hire Pangde, but I can try to get there first. And succeed. JG Mystery, a letter from your wife. A letter from Mei Rui? Oh, our child has finally been born. I have to get right to them then. I teleport.
He's a spry little boy. The night before I had him, I had a dream of stars soaring into my belly. Stars are a symbol of brilliant talents, and I'm sure our son will be blessed with many talents. Please think of a worthy name.
He's JG Liao. Sure. Named after Zhang Liao, the guy that I defeated in combat many, many RTK LPs ago. Indeed, that's a good name. Let me write back to her. I guess I didn't actually go there. I just received a letter from my wife because that would make sense. So I will report my success. And now I have a baby. JG Liao. I don't seem as excited about that as you might think. It's a game, folks. Alright, let's see who else I can hire. Here in... I'm in G... No, I'm not in Jiangnan. Where I'm in Jincheng. He's mate. He's letting it all hang out. He's a brick house. Want something for me? I'm Ma. So we basically ride horses and have hats. we go. We got another Ma. There's a whole mess of them. Hey, a letter from my wife. A letter from Ban Jiao. Oh, our child has finally been born. I knew wandering around, like spending an entire video doing nothing but trying to impregnate my wives would lead to a bunch of shit kids.
He's a very energetic boy, and the night before I had her...
Wait, what? So which is it? Boy or girl? You know, the child has just been born. I shouldn't force a gender on it just based on its birth gender.
I had a dream of an old sage granting me a strategic tome. That must have been a sign of great wisdom, and I just know our boy will be clever and wise, unless it's a girl. Please think of a worthy name.
JG Show. Show! That name works. Show. JG Show has been born to JG Mystery and Ban Xiao. Or Show, or something. Ma Tai has been successfully hired. Some farmer wants help. I really don't have the time, friend. Sorry, we gotta hire everybody ever, and then get back to attacking Cao Cao. Who's left in Jin Chang since I made my way all the way over here? Zhao Rui? I don't even know you, but you're wearing a combat helmet, which means you're a general. Which means potentially you're a general who's known from one anecdote in the novel where you did just a fucking terrible job. But I'm gonna hope that you're not. What can you do for us? So he actually does have pretty middling stats, but... Oh, he's just hanging out. He's not in jail, so I got confused for a second by having more options than just hire. Hey, a letter from my wife. A letter from Ji Ying. Oh, our child is finally born. Amazing. These three ladies really synced up their childbirthing.
He's a spry boy, and I think you should be one to decide our name, JG Mystery.
JG Fang. Well, he's a spry boy. There was no vision of scholars or stars, so he'll probably not have very good stats. But, alright, JG Fang, you're going to be the dummy of the family, but that's okay. Somebody was always going to be the child with the mediocre stats. So, Zhao Rui. I'm curious now about Zhao Rui's history. Because he wasn't in jail, so I think he actually wasn't one of the mob people. Yeah, he served under Yuan Shao. Zhao Rui, Chung Yun Huang, and 3 other officers led 10,000 men responsible for transporting supplies. They were all wiped out in a tight attack by Cao Cao with a force of 5,000. Chen Yu Huang was captured alive, but the other 4 officers all died. So basically, he was involved in an anecdote where he did a crappy job of something. Not necessarily that he was particularly incompetent, but somebody else really scored glory against him. And that would be why his stats are not impressive. Keep on hiring, it's a free-for-all. Here's a free officer in Chang An. Where am I again? I am in Jin Chang. I'm trying to go by where they're affiliated. Doesn't look like there's anybody left in Jin Chang that I can do anything with. Unless I'm misunderstanding the sequence here. Yeah, it looks like there's more. Ma Wan's probably worth hiring. So I will head over there. Better start all dragging right into one of my waifus. They're pretty lonely since they're literally having my babies and I still can't be bothered to hang out with them. Hey, Wuji. Move back up to Wu Wei. Now, should I be launching vicious attacks from my cities here towards Hong Nong? It doesn't seem like that's going to go that well. Although, wow. They're not even giving up really on Guangling, because I still got guys marching this way. I feel like if I can take a couple of cities and then just like pull back and let forces rebuild on both sides, I'll do all right. But maybe what I really need to do is attack Hongnong while we're attacking Wan. I think that might actually be a pretty good idea, because I can thin things out as best I can. Yeah, Falger and friends haven't arrived yet. That fight is still going our way, but not... I think an attack on Hongnan with JG Mystery still hiring people and letting Bobo and others do the heavy lifting might not be ill-advised right now. Take out that son of a bitch, Taishit C, smug bastard. I've got a few cities here with enough troops that it could be worthwhile. Ma Tang and Ma Chao. There we go. Let Liu Bei lead my armies. What could possibly go wrong? Should I give them a gathering point? Some of these guys is going to take a long time to get there. Nah, we'll just march. This is probably a really bad idea, but I figure it'll keep guys occupied, or keep Cao Cao's forces occupied. We need the best farming we can have here. We're going to be doing a lot of marching. Certainly can't say that I'm not being aggressive. Hey, we hired some guys. And my ministers, even the ones who are on the march, are giving orders. So the Prime Minister is scurrying around hiring people and trying to actually not be all war all the time here. Alright, so let's actually put somebody in charge of this city. And the most logical place to pull from, even though I've now got this notion that I want Lizard Lord and the Ma's in the same city, but I can't really change all my plans to accommodate that, because I've got a whole bunch of people in my city because all the people I hire end up there. Some of them are high enough rank that they should be able to do pretty good here. So I could put... Although actually, I could make this a city full of Lizard Lord guys, people that he wants to cosplay as, with. Not cosplay, but so I'll need a new person in charge of this city, or I'll need some new talent for it. So yeah, I'll put Lizard Lord and his friends over here in Liu Bei and I think his actual sworn brothers are Han Sui and Ma Tang. Now, does that leave somebody to be in charge here, or Jun Yu is already in charge here? This place have somebody who can be in charge. Ma Chao will be in charge. But I want to move Ma Chao out too. Now I'll need someplace at level 5 or above to be in charge over here. None of this will actually go into effect for a while. Because at least at first, a lot of these guys are going to be leading armies. I don't want to move out my own kids. You could probably have Ma Ti over here, or whichever Ma is still left. Because I have a Ma left, Ma Dai. Gives me 16 officers there. Most cities still have 6. If you only have 5, and a couple of frontline ones have 7. That seems fair. Got cities with only 4 officers. They're pretty far away from the front lines. Let us proceed. Now I want to make sure that I didn't make it so no city has a governor. I don't think I did. Not seeing any JG mystery heads. JG mystery heads are bad in this instance. Okay. Somebody got reassigned. Wu Wei is the only city that can do farming, I guess. Wu Wei can also patrol. I guess somebody should patrol Wu Wei. Because I got all the good officers are on the march. Oh, wait a second. You guys are all sitting here getting your morale back, right? Okay, he just got dispersed. I'll give them some time to get morale back, but then eventually, I'll either want them to attack or disperse. I'm thinking I'll have them attack. What is it? Put your dukes up. I'll fight you. Nothing going well. I'm generic villager. JG Mystery really doesn't have time to be worried about me right this second. So we're in Wu Wei. Who else can we hire here? Let's do what I had not bothered to do at any point before now, but I'm realizing now is actually pretty smart. Which is to sort by location. Ma Yunlu is wounded, but she's not dead, which is more than we can say for some of the characters. Maybe I should hire you before you leave, because you're not a prisoner. So you could potentially actually go away. I have a lovely red hat. What would you like to discuss? Yep, just gonna go around hiring everybody in the world. Gotta collect them all, Chinese officers. Next up would be Ma Yunlu, assuming I can hire everybody from who's showing is available at all. That is not necessarily true. Are there really no other options? Oh, so she is not at all happy. She might be friends with the woman that we ran over with our elephants, possibly. Your stats aren't terrible. Let's try to get you. This won't be a problem for me. I can hire Chen Ying, no problem. What is it? I'm burning down the prison with me inside. He wants to serve Falger. Of course he does. He knows which side his bread is buttered on. Hey, somebody else has been hired. By somebody else. And spear proficiency has increased. I feel like it's closer to the bottom of the top. These are not alphabetical order, but I can hire this guy. So I will. Just more people to maintain our cities. We need all we can get. So I'll say this much for all the people who are complaining. Well, complaining is too strong a word. Certainly I have a few people in the... And I need to really think about... I guess I can mention now, if you didn't already donate, or if you donated and want to donate more, Falcher's charity stream, for the first time that I can remember, we did not reach our goal. Now, we set a more ambitious goal every year, but in the initial actual charity stream, we didn't meet our goal. We could certainly, there's still time to donate. You don't have to donate during the stream itself. But yeah, this year, as I went to bed at like 6:30 in the morning, the stream that was 6:35, it was supposed to end at 6. And I just like turned in, and they were still getting ready to do King of Chicago. I would just say, I mean, there's still time for you to donate and get involved. I'll think of something to do as far as a reward for people who donated. Probably like a future LP Nobunaga's Ambition, I'm thinking maybe. But why did I bring this up? Oh, because for the people who donated and got in this year, definitely our ability to roll through China was aided by having there's a kid screaming in the hallway. That's great. No, but our ability to actually like stomp through China as easily as we did is greatly aided by the fact that we had all these created officers. Would not have been able to do that with the core officers of Xi Ji's force, even though he starts out with some good cities. He does not have the officers you need. Yeah, making this, and I feel okay doing that, because since I've had some previous RTK playthroughs for this game and others where we didn't start out with an overwhelming advantage. Or we started out with created characters, but spread them across other forces as well. So I didn't feel like I made the game uber easy in this instance. But yeah, that was a big part of it. So like if your character didn't feel like he did anything really exciting, or she didn't do anything really exciting, just know that having a bunch of officers to keep your cities productive is huge. A bunch of people's orders are getting canceled because I'm fulfilling them instead of them. You want Li Kang? Yeah, you can probably do that. Matter of fact, I need to quick check and see how much time is left in this video. We've pretty much done a full video at this point. So, were I to go fetch my laptop and turn the next video into... turn the next video into me just trying to go through all the characters, that could be fun. Somebody's already going after you. You hate Falger. I can't get you for some reason. And now we're getting into Cao Cao officers. Although Liu Hua seems like he's going to defect. He's in Chang An. Liu Hua is not a bad officer. Although I feel like... I guess we've got all of the officers we're going to get out of the Ma's. Because now it's down to hiring... Quan Ping refuses to join us. He's way too happy with Cao Cao for some bizarre reason. And Bu Dugan, sworn brother of Cao Pi in one of my earlier LPs, which was ridiculous. Well, I could go after Liu Hua. It seems like a silly course of action because he's probably going to march off. Yeah, it seems likely that even though he's willing to join us, he's stationed in GFP. It seems like by the time I got to him, he's likely to defect from our force. With that being said, I think I will stop with the constant... wow, now I really should have... should have gotten involved then in... I guess I should have gotten involved in that attack that I've ordered. Because I figured I would be busy doing other stuff. And instead I'm going to let the RNG handle the fate of Chang An's troops. Now I can certainly train as best as I can while they're away, so that the next time we have more elite forces, but if I can just get back to town and start visiting waifus in the next video, and like visiting my children, I mean, you know, visit my newborn babes, JG Fang, JG Zhang, or JG Fang, JG Liao, and whatever the other one was called. Who knows? Who cares? That'd be nice. You know what? Before I call it a video too, let's check on how the battle's going at Wan. It is kind of going our way, but with a whole lot of troops still marching in on both sides. There's a lot of troops marching in on both sides. Okay, they're already involved in the fight. Okay, but I say because there's like a big unit that has Shanghai. They're already part of the troop count. Okay, I was seeing all these Cao troops coming in and thinking, wow, they're gonna really overwhelm us, but they're already part of the counts. And I've got Falger. Are you heading over there or not, Falger? Yeah, he's on his way. I think we're gonna take one. As a matter of fact, probably didn't need to attack Hong Nong, but certainly, maybe the reason we're going to be able to take Wan is because I'm attacking Hong Nong, and that's redirecting the AI's troops. You guys are all moraled up again. Let's have you guys go back to our old plan of attacking Shochun. And you were advancing towards Lujiang. Guan Yiwu, why don't you now advance on Shochun as well? And I will call it a video. And when we come back, I will go through some of the characters who have been generous donors who are part of this LP. And we'll see what each of them is doing now, as some people have requested. I know some of the characters have been heavily involved. Obviously, Liang and Fat John have been part of JG Mysteries cadre, but others have not. So we will do a video or two of that before we continue with our attacks on South. On the Mysterious JG, thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.